Welcome to the Darksomnium. Here are 3 true encounters with shadow people. Number 1. This happened to my brother, not me, but I remember the night it happened, and it still gives me chills to this day. I can still remember the sound of him running up the stairs and screaming, "No, no, no." The look on his face, and him shaking uncontrollably. It happened about 15 years ago, and this is exactly how he still explains the story to this day. Our parents' old house had a den, which had a few couches, a bathroom, a TV, and a laundry room. My brother and I had all of our video game stuff down in the den, our computers, etc. It was basically a room that only we used. One night, after a late night of video games, we both took a couch and watched a little TV before calling it a night. I fell asleep, woke up, and went up to my room. My brother was still sleeping on the other couch. The couch that he was laying on was against the wall. While laying back on the couch, you could see the TV a little left, and if you look straight over your feet, you would see a small, very small, hallway in the bathroom door. It was open at the time. We had a dog, Candy was her name, a small Springer Spaniel. My brother said he woke up to a noise in the bathroom. The lights were all off in the house, with the streetlights and the moon. It wasn't completely pitch black, but dark enough. He told me that the noise was a growl, and he knew it wasn't a dog. But in the moment, he so hoped it was. He said he quickly shot up from a laying down position and could clearly see a small black shadow running in circles on the bathroom floor. The bathroom floor was tile, and you would definitely be able to hear the dog's claws as they touched the bathroom floor, especially at the speed it was running in circles. But my brother said he could hear nothing. So, he then called out the dog's name, hoping that it was her, and that it would stop doing whatever it was doing. "Candy!" he yelled. And as soon as whatever it was had heard that, it stopped immediately. He then heard what he explains as a gurgling growl. At that point, he knew what he already knew. It wasn't the dog. Whatever it was started growing, larger and larger. Soon it took up the whole bathroom with its size. It's funny now, but my brother explained the creature looked like Doomsday from the Marvel comics. Not to discredit the whole story by saying he looked like a comic book villain, but to a 14-year-old, this was his best comparison to what he saw. At least the silhouette, being just big in stature and a little spiky on the shoulders and head. He said he didn't remember how he was able to move so quickly, but he ran up both flights of stairs, screaming, "No, no, no." He woke up the house. Sometimes it still keeps him up all these years later. He was never visited by the creature again. Me, being into this sort of thing, I was never able to find something that could possibly be what he saw. It had to be supernatural. It was in the house, then disappeared. My only explanation was it was a demon of sort. Number 2. I grew up in the Illinois suburb. Nothing out of the ordinary at first. My family settled here after my father became disabled because of the good school system from K-12. My mom started looking into Wicca and becoming a spiritual person. She invited friends of her Wicca group over to our house one Halloween back in early 2000s. They didn't like the vibe of an entrance to a jogging trail through the local park. They became quite freaked the fuck out by it and left before nightfall. They said it was a portal through which the spirits would enter our world. knew exactly what they were talking about because I've always seen shadow people in the area around my house. They always lurked at the corner of my vision. Sometimes I would see gigantic shadow people towering over the houses, lurched over. Going out into the park was a nightmare-inducing affair. I went out there at night once with my little brother. I got an extreme case of the goosebumps about halfway through the jogging path down to the park. It was an October night, around 9 p.m. We were just chilling, going down to the park to use the swings to kill time. And then suddenly, my instincts kicked in, screaming for me to get us the fuck out of there. It was all that I could do to run as fast as we could. I screamed at my little brother to run, to run fast. It was this primal fear. I was going to encounter something dangerous. It was behind me, a darkness that I couldn't comprehend. It was a shadowy form, out of focus for me. I've never been more afraid of anything in my life. We got the fuck out of that park as quickly as we could. I wasn't prepared. I never would be. I've moved thousands of miles from that little suburb, but it still haunts me. Writing this out has given me goosebumps. It's a raw fear that I feel with every fiber of my being. What could I do but get my little brother and I out of there? Who knows what could have happened? I'm still traumatized by that night. It was fucking awful. And let me leave y'all with advice. If every fiber of your being is compelling you to get out of a situation, do as your body compels you. It may just save your life, as I believe it had for me. Number 3. I started to look into the shadow phenomenon after my last encounter with these demonic beings, which is what I call them. Over the years, I've experienced a few, about 5 encounters. 3 different, 2 the same. In each encounter, I was completely paralyzed until I managed to speak the name of Jesus clearly from my lips. My last encounter happened sometime in November 2015. It was a little after 2 a.m. I had gone to bed, and I like listening to my headset with comforting and relaxing music as I drift off to sleep. As I lay there, completely relaxed, and almost ready to go into a deep sleep, I felt someone come into my room. Normally, I would open my eyes to see who it was, and then try to go back to sleep, but this time, I opened my eyes and was immediately startled as there was a shadow of a woman with long black hair parted down the middle, and what seemed to be like a long flowing gown or robe. I couldn't see her face, it was shadowed, but I knew it was a woman. Because I've experienced encounters like this in the past, I've learned to confront and rebuke these spirits by calling out the name of Jesus. But I have to admit, this encounter shook me up a bit. On this occasion, when I opened my eyes and was startled by what I saw, my immediate reaction was to kick this thing with my foot. She was standing at the foot of my bed, on the left side. What freaked me out was that I had made contact with it and felt my foot touch it. Upon impact, the thing vaporized into black mist and hovered above my bed, specifically in a corner of the room, until I managed to speak the name of Jesus. It's very, very difficult to speak when your whole body has been paralyzed by something that has a hold of you. As soon as I said the name, the mist, which looked like a mixture of black smoke and some kind of electrical current, just disintegrated. I sat up and tried to comprehend what had just happened and why, but I figured it was something I may have to get used to and be more prepared spiritually. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you like my narrations, or the music that I compose for my narrations, make sure to like and subscribe, and leave a comment letting me know what you thought of this video and what types of videos you'd like to see in the future. Have a good night.